Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope that y'all are doing okay. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing y'all how to fix your invisibrows. I got none naturally. I'm naturally blonde, so that's great. Today, the products that I will be using, I have the caps off already. Promise I still have them. Can y'all see that? It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil in the color medium brown, because my hair is dyed brown right now. And then I also really enjoy using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. It's a fun little tip. It creates little mini brow hairs. And I need that terribly. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna zoom y'all in, and I hope y'all are comfortable with my face. Hi. Okay, so first what I typically do is that I draw right under here. I draw a line right here. So I have a mirror. Y'all are propped up on a pillow. I have a mirror to help me with this. But what I first do, so I draw a little baby line. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy, just a little bitty line. And I don't typically do my eyebrows. After everything else, I do my brows first, then everything else. So it's a very weird time for me. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. But just going to lightly, carefully try and make this line as straight as I can, which I'm not doing too well at, but you can see the general shape. You can see it, hopefully. Really hope y'all can. Alright. That was just the bottom line. Now I get to do the top line. And what all I do is that I kind of skip a little bit, and then I draw the rest of the line, and then I connect down here. So skip a bit and start drawing your line, because you want there to be a fade. I'm gonna move my pencil real quick. You want there to be a bit of a fade. If you're wondering the growling, it's my stomach. Please don't mind it. But I wanted to do this video because I suffer from invisibrows. And it sucks. It took me a long time to figure out how to do eyebrows. Because when I was younger, there's no such thing as little kids doing actual makeup. It was very taboo, if you will. So yeah, I'm trying not to obstruct y'all's view, but it's very difficult for me. You're gonna follow your natural line of your hair as best as you can, and for me that involves filling in a lot, so I kind of have to freehand my brows quite a bit, because as you can see over here, they're just a mess, so I have to freehand a lot. But I think I'm doing pretty good with freehanding my eyebrows. Okay, so as you can see, I brought it down to the tail. Doing pretty okay. Gonna fix up this bottom line here momentarily. But I got the general shape. I got a general shape, which is what I want. So now what I'm gonna do is I basically go back and forth with my pencil down here, and I stop right around here. I'm just gonna go back and forth, filling it in. Don't gotta be neat. Don't gotta be perfect. Just trying to fill in them brows. And I'm going to, at the same time, try and even up this line, because it's not very even. My stomach's growling so much, I am so sorry. So I'm going to move over just a little bit so you can see the front part. And as you can see, while I'm moving up from the front, I'm doing little tiny strokes. Little teeny weeny strokes. Instead of doing the back and forth motion. My dogs are playing if you're wondering what's going on. And now, with the end of my little brow pencil at the spoolie, I'm just going to brush right here. Try and blend it a little more. And then fix up any patchy spots that I got going that I might have missed. Because, you know, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Right here really just doesn't want to be filled in, which is throwing me off a bit. But that's okay, because we're going to carve it out with concealer later. My favorite part. And so what all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and kind of just extend it a little teeny bit more, so I have more room to, like, if I make a mistake with carving it out with concealer, I can fix it somewhat. So now, after I go in with my little pencil, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio pen with little hairs, and what all I do is that only in the front, unless I really need it back here, and I really do over here. Monstrosity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush first, and I'm going to draw down, like this, very lightly, just draw down. It's going to start to create a couple hairs. So you're just going to draw it down lightly. Because this packs a punch. And now, flipping it, I'm going to draw upwards lightly again. I'm trying to make sure that y'all can see this without me screwing this up. And then I have a little gap right here. I'm just going to fill that in with this, with one more stroke. Okay, maybe not one more, a couple. And then throughout here, I have a couple patches that refuse to take any pigment. So I'm just going to take my brush and flick down for the top part. And for the bottom part, you're going to flick up. And you're always going to do it kind of ending in the middle, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm sure it doesn't. So after I do that, I'm going to go back in with the spoolie at the end of my little eyebrow pencil that I used in the beginning, and I'm just going to ever so slightly brush out some of these hairs because a couple of them are a little darker than what I wanted. So just brush, 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 till you feel more comfortable, like that. So now, after all of this work, you may not have made your lines very even, might be a little not what you wanted, you know, arch may be a little messed up, all that. Well, don't worry, because what I do is after that, I go in with this. This is a Tarte Clay Stick. It is a concealer meant for your under eyeballs, but I use this one only for the purpose carving out my eyebrows. So what I do is I take a little teeny weeny angled brush, nothing too fancy, pretty thin, nothing fancy. This one is used. This is the one that I use. I like a little angled brush, nice and flat, because I really enjoy, I don't know, I just enjoy it more. I'm gonna zoom y'all out. Yeah. The insanity. So I'm just going to take the clay stick and I'm going to basically just brush my brush on the clay stick. Make sure I get in the back of the brush the front of the brush and the very bottom. And I'm just going to brush it again, you know. Let it do its thing. Then what all I do personally is I start from the bottom. And I do the bottom and the top because I don't really have much to work with up here. So it does get pretty messed up. So I just go ahead and do the bottom and the top. So with this brush, you're going to kind of just like press really quick and see if that's lined up where you want it. If it's not, press again till you can kind of get it, I guess. So I've kind of got it. You can see it right here. So now what all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow that and start trying to even out my eyebrow, even out my lines, get rid of any parts that were not ever meant to be here. And I'm just going to even it out. As you can see, I don't do one single line, kind of just brush it on. And that is because I've noticed if I do one single line, it never comes out the way I want it to. So I never do just do one single line. And there. And then your bottom is fixed. So now what I do is that I take a mini beauty blender, very teeny weeny, and then I just kind of go to town. Just go to town, working this in. I don't really fan it out that much, or if I ever do, it's because I've not done anything. Don't already have powder on. None of that jazz. But since I do, I'm not gonna fan it out. Rarely do anyhow, but you know, you get the gist. So just back and forth until that line's nicely blended to your little heart's content. And once it is, we're going to take the concealer again, take the brush, and start wiping more on. And just reloading that brush so you can really just get a good cut. I personally didn't know what carving out my brows were until I was in 8th grade. And I thought that you just left the concealer there. Chunks of concealer. And then I found out you didn't. And then I started blending. Fun time for me. So now that we've got the line here, blended it out, everything, it's looking pretty nice, pretty good. We're gonna go on to the top, gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna try and do this where I can show y'all. Try and mark out just a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see this line of concealer that I put. There we go. And try and just map out a little bit as to where we're gonna go from here. So now, taking my little brush, going to point my face down. Typically I do it up and then I move the brush up, but y'all need to see. So, going to point my face down just a bit, just ever so slightly, go around my eye at first, you know, mapping out what's going on, trying to make sure that I got any crazy bits, like that little part that was down here that was just kind of flicked, got rid of that, thank God. And now I'm going to just take my brush, kind of start going in one motion. Now up here I do go ahead and do one motion, and I'm just going to get rid of any lines that weren't meant to be there, fluffed up on, all of that. So once you have that, then you're going to double check your work. You're going to kind of just put a little bit of concealer here so you can fade out this part just a wee bit more, because it's still pretty dark. you're going to take your little beauty blender and you're just going to start blending away till your arm falls off. And then for the front, that bit of concealer that I put right there, that was just left over on my brush, kind of do a little bit of back and forth in the front. That kind of gives me a little more softer look. And then up top, we're gonna blend. Blend, blend, blend. And for the very tip top, I kind of just blend the very top kind of downward almost a little bit to kind of give it a more subtle look. Now if there's a part of concealer that's just not blending, take the tip of your little beauty blender, your little tiny thing. You're going to take the tip, put it wherever it's not blending, and just kind of start wiping. And that will make it blend out a little bit more, which I'm very happy about. And so you're just going to keep blending, you know, blend until the arm falls off. Once you have it nicely blended, what I do is I take the little mini Benefit highlighter. I get a little teeny weeny flat brush right here. I go into the highlighter with the brush, tap off any excess, and then I just kind of highlight right underneath the brow bone, you know, right underneath the brow bone. And I do kind of fan it down just a bit, you know, just fan it out. So after that, you're done. You've got your brow. And here's the difference. Natural, Invisibrow, beauty. All done, all nice, all pretty. Let me zoom y'all in just a little bit. The differences between doing your eyebrows, Invisibrow, natural, you know? And of course, like, wear your natural eyebrows, honey, you know? But just on those days where you don't want to look like you're dead, or, you know, you're naturally blonde because you dye your hair, fill in your brows real quick. You don't even have to do all of this. You could literally just put on some sort of like colored tint, brush it through as if you would a little spoolie, just brush it through, call it a day, you know? So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed me trying to do my eyebrows. I hope that y'all like this video. Comment down below what y'all want me to do next, and if this video was helpful, and subscribe. Become a part of this channel that I have created out of sheer boredom, and also because I genuinely love makeup. So yeah, I hope to see y'all later, and I hope y'all, again, have a fantastic evening. At this point, it's evening. Sun's setting. Don't know if y'all can tell by the lighting. Sun's setting. That's great. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening, and I hope to see you lovelies tomorrow. Bye.